Yeah.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been.
Listen, I'm a fucking student of war. Cause you give up under the slightest struggle out there.
There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander.
The people don't really know what I go through. I listen to it, but they really don't know what I go through because I just want to be polite. The boxing's the easy part. When you get in there and fight in the ring, it's easy. That's the vacation. Because when you're here and you have to train, you have to do things over and over till you're sore. Until sometimes, and deep in your mind, you say, God, I don't want to do this no more. I'm not doing this because it's something you have to do. It's doing it because it should be fun to do.
Inside the mind of Michael Tyson, aka Mike Tyson. This is episode 8 of my hashtag Tyson story documentaries on YouTube. I'm gonna give you guys 3 reasons why we need to look deep inside the mind of Mike Tyson. Chapter 1. In today's episode, we will be delving into the mind of Michael Tyson. The reason why his mind was so unique was because of his thought process, which separated him from the rest of the herd. He used any aggression used against him and multiplied it in response. Example, when he would counter a fighter in the ring. Perhaps this gave flashbacks to his younger days when he was bullied, and thus that energy and trauma to fill with rage and power in his response.
He spoke with me every night about discipline and character. I knew nobody nobody physically was ever fuck with me again.
Reason number 2, key point number 2, is his mindset. Now, Michael Tyson's mindset, attributed from his past trauma, bullying, when people used to hurt his pigeons, kill his pigeons. He's even faced abandonment from his parents.
You can't imagine how many ferocious beatings I took over these pigeons. When my life was at stake and guys, people throwing you off the roof, kicking you, man, over these birds.
Etc, etc. Also, Cuz D'Amato showed him the power of using discipline and also the power of studying.
Because he helped me to deal with people. I know how to deal with people now. Before, I couldn't talk to people. I always want to be alone, and now I learned how to deal with anyone. I could talk to anyone, even about their problems. And it's like a father and son relationship. You know, even though he is my manager and trainer, sometimes I forget that because of the way we are.
A lot of people don't know this, but Mike Tyson says, and I believe this is really overlooked, as I just said, but a lot of people don't know that Tyson used to research these old fighters from back in the day, those old school fighters like Jack Dempsey, Gene Tunney, and even very famous notable men, you know, figures in history like Alexander the Great and a lot more.
I'm a fucking student of war. I know all the warriors from Charlemagne, Achilles, the #1 warrior of all warriors. From then Alexander, Napoleon, I know them all. I read them all, I studied them all. I know the art of fight, I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring. Because that's all I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for.
And I think this really built his mindset and passion. And a lot of people don't talk about this. Reason number 3 why we need to look deep inside the mind of Mike Tyson. No Diddy. Number 3 is how he used his mindset to help him with his fights in the ring. He turned the pain to passion. He turned the pain to ego, to passion, to victory. It's elevated him, thus turning a turning point from negative to positive. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when you really think about someone like Mike Tyson, you can see a lot of pain in his eyes. You can see a lot of trauma. You can see a lot of hurt. And I think that's really something he used inside the ring, and that's what really made him a champion and what made him such a ferocious and great fighter. Let me know what you guys think about the mind of Mike Tyson, and let me know what you guys want me to talk about next in my famous Hashtag Tyson Story documentaries on YouTube. Mike Tyson really was I feel like he was really a once in a lifetime fighter. You know, you're not gonna see another fighter like Mike Tyson for a long time. For a long time. Mike Tyson overcame a lot in his life. From childhood, from the bullies, from the characters he's met in his life. He met a lot of savages in his life. And these people, I think, really shaped a lot. And I think we should really take a big note of these 3 people I'm about to mention, because I don't think a lot of people mention it that much. And if you're still watching, comment King Tyson down below so I know you're still here. And you should subscribe. The first name is Don King, the infamous Don King Garino, a manipulative promoter whose greed overshadowed his loyalty. Number 2, Bob Arum, one of the most famous boxing promoters of all time. He's currently still promoting and working, and he's like 95 years old. Bob Arum is a shrewd businessman who played a calculated game in the fight industry. Number 3, the famous actress, the famous woman, Robin Givens. Highly controversial. She had a relationship and a marriage with Michael Tyson that spiraled into public chaos, exposing Tyson's vulnerabilities.
Why do you love him?
Because he's smart, and because he's gentle. He's got this incredibly gentle side. Because Michael loves me more than anything in the world.
Well, that's why I love, because she really feels that she can protect me.
There was no prenuptial agreement.
No, and why should there be? There's a certain sense of idealism that comes with being young that I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. We got married to be together forever, not to plan for divorce.
Yet it wasn't just these figures who tested him. It was the relentless battle within himself. Tyson's life was a war zone. His fists fought in the ring, but his soul fought outside it. Each of these characters pushed him, shaped him, and in some ways broke him. They represented the harshness of a world Tyson desperately wanted to conquer but wasn't fully prepared for. These were the savages, but they weren't the only ones. And you guys know what I'm gonna say here, because in this channel, Abdullah with the gloves, aka AWDG, aka your girl's favorite boxing channel and your uncle's, I'm always big on mindset. And I always say that the mind sometimes is your worst enemy. And in my script, it says, sometimes Tyson was his own worst enemy. I think he had a very hurt mind, a very damaged mind. And that's why this video is called Inside the Mind of Mike Tyson. His mind was filled with trauma and rage. Can you imagine going through what Mike Tyson went through in his life? How would you be? Comment down below, what do you think you would have done in your life if you had the experiences and you were like a world champion at 20 years old? I want to know. I read and respond to every comment. Mike Tyson's brain was filled with trauma and rage, which is what made him such a destructive force in the ring. But the same fire that fueled his power also consumed him outside it. Imagine carrying the weight of abandonment, poverty, and violence on your shoulders. It's bound to crack anyone. Tyson's rage wasn't just anger, it was his defense mechanism. His way of screaming at a world that hurt and wronged him. But behind the fury was a little boy, scared and yearning for love, never quite finding it. And every punch he threw was like a message to the world saying, see me, hear me, fear me. His hurt mind drove him into greatness, but it also trapped him in a cycle of pain. It was both his gift and his curse. A double-edged sword he couldn't escape from. Tyson's story is proof that even the strongest warriors can carry invisible scars. And as we go to the conclusion, guys, I just want to say thank you everyone, all the new subscribers. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. And I told you guys the goal is we're gonna get 1 million subscribers in 2025. Final part, conclusion. So to conclude our episode of exploring inside the mind of Mike Tyson, we see a man shaped by pain, rage, and a desperate search for purpose. Tyson's mind was both his greatest weapon and his deepest torment. It created the unstoppable force we witnessed in the ring, but it also revealed the fragility of a man searching of peace. Behind the menacing exterior was someone yearning for love, acceptance, and freedom from his inner demons. Now, Tyson's story reminds us that even the most powerful among us are human, vulnerable, and we're flawed, yet capable of incredible transformation. While his mind was once a battleground, today it serves as a testament of resilience and redemption. In the end, the mind of Mike Tyson is not just a story of triumph and tragedy. It's a mirror reflecting the human condition. And with that being said, guys, I conclude episode 8 of my famous #Tyson story. This concludes my famous documentary. Guys, let me know, comment down below, what do you guys want me to talk on the next episode? Remember, new episodes every Friday. I know it took a few weeks off YouTube, but I promise you guys I'm back 2025. I'm not going to miss a single upload. Every Friday, 6 p.m. UK time, you're going to see a new video. And with that being said, guys, you can check out my Twitch live streams. Bro, look at this, bro. I've got a D2H. Okay, look at this, bro. Just look at the screen right now. Got a D2H, I got a AGS, I got a Dahrox Great Axe, and I got a G Malt. Call me the two-handed king out here, boys. I stream every Monday and Friday on Twitch. It's a nice, more like chilled out kind of vibe on my Twitch where, you know, we play a bit of games, talk about music, talk about boxing. I'm gonna do some IRL training on my IRL boxing because I want to have my second fight soon. I had my first fight a few years ago, so yeah, man. If you guys use Twitch, make sure you follow my Twitch, link in the description, and also put it on screen at Abdullah with the gloves on Twitch. And yeah, man, you can check out my Insta, my Discord community. Also, I have a new podcast every Saturday. I've got a boxing podcast here on my YouTube. Crawford's 37. Oh, Canelo's younger. I didn't even realize.
34.
Yeah.
He's been around.
Bro, imagine
And
being
he's still young.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And he had what?
66
fights. But look at his record, man. 62 wins. Canelo has 62 wins, guys, and 2 losses. It's a crazy record, man. Let me show you guys, man. Crazy. 62 wins, 2 losses. This cat is running around doing some cardio, man. She's training for Mayweather exhibition fight or something, you know. 6 p.m. on Saturday is my my boxing podcast, Abs and Jabs, you know, the famous Abs and Jabs podcast. And with that being said, guys, I'm a nice guy. I'll never ask you guys to subscribe. Instead, I'll demand that you subscribe. And with that being said, as always, make sure you send a video to your uncle, but not your uncle back home, only your uncle here. Only your uncle back home, not your uncle here. But yeah, man, with that being said, man, I'm a bit, you know, rusty with the YouTubes. For some reason, YouTube thinks that you will like the video in the outro. It might make like a little clickety sound if you click on the video in the end screen credits. So let's see if YouTube is right, man. Click on that video. With that being said, guys, I'll see you next Friday. Thank you for watching. We out.
Being an exotic, my flow's hypnotic, sometimes melodic, hearing your rhyme.